Do, do, do. Oh, here we go. We're live.
Wow, Sarah saved the day.
ICANN has figure out computers.
Jeff forgot me apparently
So
when he
sad.
yeah, when he was setting up he set up people for to be able to do this when he's gone and well, he forgot me.
Poor father.
Yeah, we will grief will be had for No.
I need a nap. It's usually my Saturday afternoon nap time. I don't know what we're doing Catholic weekend during my nap time.
Hey, I kind of like this. I could actually sleep in today.
Oh yeah, I couldn't because I was gonna brew this afternoon, and so I had to flip my morning around to make it
Oh yeah.
work.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that.
Because I wanted to start making these beers for you guys.
Yay, beer is good.
Yeah,
In
I made it.
moderation,
It's
of
my
course.
first IPA that I made, so
Oh, cool. We can't wait to try it.
it. I think it came out pretty good. I used Warrior hops at 60 minutes, and then Cascade at 60, 30, and 15.
Oh, that should be a good hoppy IPA.
Yeah, and the grain bill's super basic. I just did two row with Crystal 40 as the coloring.
I
So,
think that's a pretty basic IPA, I think, you know.
oh yeah, that's what I was going for.
Basically, IPA is a little bit of grain, a lot of hop.
Yes, that's pretty much what happened here. And yeah, for 1 gallon, I used like an ounce of hops overall, so it's gonna be pretty punchy.
Yeah.
But so it'll be good, and then I'm gonna use this grain bill to do a single hop series. So I'm gonna do that this summer.
Oh, cool.
So
Very
then I
cool.
can really just explore how each hop tastes and teach people through that. Like, this is this hop.
Well,
Hey.
that's a good idea, actually, you know. Because, yeah, each hop has a little different flavor, a little different aroma, a little
Yep.
different everything, you know. And some of the things that people recognize, you know, like a grapefruit taste. Well, that's a particular kind of hop, has kind of that grapefruit.
Yep. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I do a single hop series so we can
Oh,
have some fun.
fun.
And
Fun.
then I'll blog about it, obviously.
Yeah, cool. We're looking at getting into the all grain instead of doing the extract. We've got a couple more kits we need to brew up, and then I
Oh
think we'll
yeah. Oh, do it.
get the all
That's
grain stuff and move up a little bit because yeah, you can have a lot more fun with all grain. And
yes.
I don't know, maybe it's the way we've been doing it. I've been noticing my beers are a little bit sweeter than I like,
Oh,
and I
that
think
happens with extract,
that's what I
actually.
figured. That's what I
Yeah.
figured. It was kind of a side effect of using extract versus grain.
Also, what are you using to bottle your beer?
Um, we were just using regular, 12-ounce bottles.
Priming sugar
Oh,
or
priming sugar, yes,
okay.
yes.
I
Well,
use
even
carbonation tabs because I feel
yeah,
like they don't bring like it's hard to mess up the carbonation tab.
yeah. We've actually one of my Christmas gifts was a keg. So
Nice. That'll be
yeah,
interesting to see if that changes your flavor too, by the way.
yeah. The one that's in there right now, we had started with it. It didn't turn out.
Oh.
It didn't carbonate at all.
Did
It was
you
really
not
weird.
force it high enough or
Well, no. Once we put it in the keg, it did,
oh, okay.
but the problem is all that priming sugar is still in there, so it's really sweet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait to get that one. We've been drinking it. It tastes okay. It's just really,
What
really,
is
really
it?
sweet. Um, it's kind of a, it was kind of a bourbon, like a bourbon oak porter.
Okay,
Where,
well that's going to be a little sweeter anyways,
yeah,
depending on what kind of bourbon you used.
yeah.
So,
Well, they use Jim Beam, which is a sweeter.
yeah, so see there's a lot of factors that could have
Yeah,
bumped up the
but it's pretty syrupy. Let's just put it that
yeah.
way. Um,
Well, I
Jim,
have a non-sweet beer for you
nice,
when you're here for CNMC. So
nice. Would you make a sour beer? Or?
no, the IPA.
Oh yeah. IPAs are very much non-sweet.
Yeah, and I tasted it. I tasted the wort, and yeah, it's pretty
It's
hoppy.
bitter. Good.
Oh yeah, I mean like
And of
I
course that'll.
even drank a bunch of water after it, and I still have the bitter taste in my mouth right now. So,
Good. Well, that of course that'll mellow out as it.
oh, for sure. But those warrior hops, man, like they are really no pun intended, but pun intended. They're really fighting. So,
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh man. So it's fun though. We're trying to get a little more frequent about it, about brewing, because it's fun to do.
oh yeah, haven't brewed since October because I've been working on the book. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited now to be able to brew again because my Saturdays are not spent writing and editing and
Oh, fun. Yeah. Looking forward to that. I'm sure getting that book out and
oh yeah, now's the fun part with endorsements and all that. So
well, hopefully you can, yeah, hopefully it'll get out there. And
I've got some good endorsements that I can't wait to tell everybody about.
yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool. Your forward author.
Oh no, but I know some endorsements of the book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The forward, yes, big deal, but some actual endorsements also.
Fun. Yeah.
Yes. One that I found out about yesterday I'm super stoked about, but I can't say it out loud yet. Not till it comes in.
Oh, sure, sure.
There was agreement, but no endorsement yet.
Yeah, till they actually write it.
Right, exactly.
Because you could say anybody. Oh, the Pope endorsed my book.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, he didn't get it in time for printing. Sorry.
Maria keeps telling me, she's like, the Pope endorsed my book. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Jerk.
Yeah. So for those who are speaking of Maria, for those who are watching us as we're waiting here, people are traveling. People are busy. That's why we started late. Maria's in Boston, I think, isn't she?
For a work thing.
Yeah, for work thing. And then Steve's traveling for work again. And Jeff is off having some culture. His daughter was...
As much as Jeff can be cultured.
Yeah, exactly. Getting some doesn't mean it's much.
Right, exactly.
Jeff should be here in a few minutes. So it won't just be Sarah and I chatting about beer. As fun as that would be.
I mean... Right.
Yeah,
But we can talk about other things other than beer. You and I are good about that.
Yep, exactly. Talk about geek stuff. We can talk about
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of good stuff.
Absolutely.
But
The weekend. How's the weather up there?
actually, it's been pretty nice. It's been in the 40s and 50s, which
Oh, wow.
for us this time of year, that's like, it's spring!
Yeah, and you've been warmer than us.
I know, that's kind of funny.
That is funny.
I'm trying, of course, I love it. You know, I've got my little weather thingy here. And what's the last one to load? Malta.
Oh,
Well, it's 41 right now, but it's supposed to be 50s and 60s all week.
nice. That's the
Nice.
same weather as us here. So welcome to feeling like you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, hey, this works for
It's
me.
63 here today, though, so it's really nice out.
Yeah, it's only going to be 50, but you know what? When it should be, and you often can be below zero, if not much below zero, right this time of year,
Gross.
I'm happy. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not.
I'm ready for spring. Although I'm not super excited about spring forward tonight.
Oh.
Although now Father Daryl's going to text me and be like, we don't have spring forward.
Yeah, we're the same time. Yeah, now Father Daryl and I will be on the same time zone.
Yeah, that's funny. He's been an hour behind me, but now it's be 2 hours behind. It's going to
Yep.
be so
And
confusing.
he's been an hour ahead of me, and now we're gonna be at the same time. Which that's funny. You know, when you cross the border here, when you go north of here, you're in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So I've had people, I'd be at the convenience store or something, and someone say, "So is there a time change when you cross the border up into Canada?" And you have to stop and think for a second. Let's hear now. It's summer, so no, they don't do daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to worry about it. If it was winter, yes, you do. You know. But yeah, that's dealing with all that kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm going to be really tired. First world problems, but
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, when my 6:30 getting up is really like 5:30 as far as my body is concerned.
oh yeah. Yes, it's hard.
Yes, it is. See, I'm like one of the few people in the world that really get affected by daylight savings time because I have to be up early the morning after,
Right.
morning of the change. You know, everybody else is like, well, I sleep in on Sunday anyways, so who
I
cares,
think,
right?
yeah, I think I'm going to go to Mass tonight. So then I
Just sleep in tomorrow. Thanks.
yeah. Sorry.
No, rub it in, why don't you? Maybe what I need to do is on daylight savings time on the weekend the change, saying, you know what, the 8:30 mass, It's at 2.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Just for one weekend a year. Because the fall one's fine. You get an extra hour of sleep then.
Oh, I know. I like that one too. But I honestly, though, I wish we would just stay on daylight savings time all
Yep.
year round because I like having, um, or no, I wish we'd stay on standard time all year round and never change because I like having morning light, which we lose when we spring forward because everyone wants it to be like later at night. And I'm probably going to start a fight now because everyone's like, I like light at night. I don't. I like it bright in the morning because it helps me wake up earlier.
Exactly. You know, and it's around here, of course, it doesn't matter in the winter. It's dark.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether it's 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, it's dark.
Because you're so far north. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I would rather we either just stick on daylight savings time year round or stick on standard time. Go back to standard time year round. If 2/3 of the year or 3/4 of the year actually we're off by an hour, we may as well just change the whole year to be.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're so close to that anyway. So I mean, it's like, come on, help us out.
I have a feeling if they keep deciding to change the date, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Just pick one. I'd rather it be standard time rather than daylight time, but you know what? Just pick one and say that. But I read an article that Lisa Schmidt posted yesterday or today that it actually reduces crime and a couple other crazy fun facts about daylight savings time.
I honestly wonder if it's a correlation does not equal causation thing because the crime, the people who are going to commit crimes under the cover of darkness, they're going to commit under the cover of darkness whether it's 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. I wonder if it's because it happens when there's less darkness for them to commit the crimes.
Right, that's what they said, that it's all about there's less time for darkness.
It's like saying that it uses less electricity. Well,
it doesn't though. There is no evidence to back that up at all.
No, there isn't because the people who would, say you would normally turn on a light at 7 o'clock, well, you'd be the same person that you would be as willing if there wasn't the time change, you would do it at night instead of during the day.
Correct.
It's just it doesn't make a difference.
They also say that people watch less TV during daylight savings time because people are outside staying later.
Again, I think it's just how the light works. Oh, Jeff asked for a link. I thought you sent it to the...
I did. Father Dale just texted me, and I'm like, I emailed it.
Yeah.
Because I sent it to everybody, right?
Yeah, it says to everyone.
That's what I thought.
Weekend, Jeff. Yeah,
okay, perfect.
I see him. So
he probably just checked the first link. Then I was like, "Oops, wrong link."
Yeah, exactly.
Newbie problem. Sorry about that.
I saw that too. And I was about to send you. We need the other link.
He's asking. He just texted me asking for it. It's like, but you have it, dude.
Yeah, it's in the email. It's there. I swear.
I'm gonna try to fish it out again.
Yeah.
Text it to him. He could be like, I don't know, it's in his email.
Yeah, it's there.
Dopey McDoperson. I'm putting in endorsements on my website right now. I'm being a dork and using our free time to accomplish something that I meant to do last night.
There we go.
Well, because Lisa Hendy sent me one, and Bonnie Rogers of Catholic TV sent me one. So
cool.
Starting to put them up on my website.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, all this is crazy. Fish it out again.
Hello.
Hey, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, it's in his email.
Oh,
but we're hearing an echo. Do you have the YouTube video open?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah. It's like, that sounds familiar.
I was like, wait, deja vu. Rookie mistake there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not usually the one that joins. I'm the one that starts.
I just sent you the wrong link the first time. Sorry, that's why it was...
Neither of those two emails showed up.
Oh.
Until after I said I needed the link.
Oh. Dur, dur, dur.
Now we have quiet.
I know. It's okay. I'm enjoying a moment of peace.
Of course, now that Jess here, I should actually try to figure out what my pick of the day is going to be.
So how long have you been going?
Not long.
You never added me as a manager, Jeff.
Oh, I did this morning.
I never got a request to be added as a manager.
Well, Angela. Well, anyway, that's administrative stuff, but.
Anyway, so that's we started about 15 minutes ago.
Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me just keep on going. Keep on talking about daylight. By the way, it's daylight saving time. There's no S on the end of saving.
I don't care. It's like Kroger's. You just say Kroger's instead of Kroger.
Kroger. It's Johnson Ferry Road, not Johnson's Ferry.
You know what? It is what it is, and you're just going to have to deal with it.
No.
I am the host of today's Hangout, so...
Oh, you've got the kick button, don't you?
I do. I can kick you off.
No, they're my own.
Power to the people.
Ooh.
Keep on going with your boring talk about whatever you were talking about.
We were talking about beer.
No, you were talking about daylight saving time.
And how... I was ranting on about how I don't like it, and I wish we'd have standard time all the time.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Because I like morning light as opposed to evening light.
Help.
Morning light. So I got all kinds of work to do now after the show, but putting in music and everything else. But
we haven't even actually.
We haven't started the show.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
We're just chattering.
Oh, I thought. Okay, cool.
No, we were like waiting for you because, I mean, in my opinion, we were waiting because I didn't want to cause more work for you.
Okay, sweet.
So,
thank you.
So no, we've just been hanging out. Like we have not actually started the show.
Oh, great, good.
Yeah.
I just have to connect a few more cables here, and then I'll be ready to go.
Do you, Jeff? Do you want to take over as host, and then I can? I don't know. I don't know if it helps you with your recording. I don't know how that works.
The only way to do that is to restart the whole thing, and then I have to put the stuff in the
whatever. It's
website.
Fine. Okay, whatever.
Easier just to do this, and you can leave whenever you want.
No, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to cause you any extra work.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, I just have to be right back.
Bye.
Trying to figure out.
It's just I have to go behind the computer.
I'm trying to figure out my lighting.
What's behind the computer? Yeah. You sound like the Wizard of Oz.
Pay no attention to the man behind the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thanks for postponing this whole thing.
Oh, it's really...
no problem.
I mean, honestly, my brewing went over a little bit, and then we couldn't figure out how to get the Hangout to work, so it really just worked out really nicely. Okay. Father and I have only been talking for maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Exactly. I'm sitting here.
Because I've never started a Hangout on air before, so I really had to figure out the button situation.
There, that looks a little bit...
My headphones. Earbuds. Dang it.
Hey, deep breaths.
Did I mess up again?
As always.
I lost another pair of earbuds. Darn it.
They just walk away, though. Like,
this is getting expensive.
Yeah, they do.
It's like pens. Pens just go away, too.
Dang it. I'm not happy. Do we have some people actually in the chat?
It says there's 5 viewers.
Oh. Okay, cool.
But I don't know, I'm not in the chat room. Sorry, chat room.
And by the way, Mike Kuipers agrees with us. There is an S on standards time, so there.
Thanks, Mike. I knew you always had it back.
Had to throw that in.
Okay.
One thing I hate about moving to my office is the lighting is not good for this.
Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this so it doesn't look either I'm staring into a bare bulb or I look like I'm in the shadows somewhere.
I think the lighting's better in this room than my old room.
Okay, now I have that on, and I'm going to switch over here so you guys are hearing my real microphone. Okay, how did that work?
Ooh, that sounded weird.
How's it sound now?
You sound bad.
Oh.
Kind of that staticky, yeah.
Okay.
Like deep static, deep static.
Okay. I'm not hearing it on my end. Let me see.
Like overdriven. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, okay. Why would it be overdriven? Hello? Testing?
No, still.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
there.
it's got that buzz sound like an overdriven speaker.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going back to my built-in mic.
Yeah, that sounds fine. So.
Except echoey, but.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to try this again.
Need a sweatshirt.
Hello?
Nope, still there.
I'll be right back. I'm cold.
So, anyways. Technical difficulties as always. We'll get this one done eventually, I swear. Well, it's more time for me to figure out what I want for my pick of the week, I guess. There.
Now Jeff's on mute.
Yeah, I think he's still monkeying around with it.
Technology.
Mm-hmm.
I just accidentally punched the closet door and it really hurt.
Oh, jeez.
When I would put my sweatshirt on, I stuck my arm out and I
Oh,
was
I
standing
hate
too
that.
close to the... And it's a mirrored closet door, so it really hurt.
Oh. Ouch. Yeah, I hate that when you do that. You forget how long your wingspan is. And
Yes, it was one of those moments and I'm like, ow. My knuckles bright red.
Oh, can't hear you at all, Jeff. Nope.
We don't like you anyway. Poor Jeff.
Yeah. It's the tough part when he moves his stuff from...
Hello?
You can hear you, but you're still sounding overdriven.
Dang it. What the heck?
Is there some setting in Google?
Okay, let me do one more thing here.
Bye.
This is the tough part, though, because he's always moving his equipment to and from his flight bags. So,
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
he has to tear it all down, take it on his flights, do his APG, set it up, bring it home, set it all back up, deal with the quirks. Okay. There, that sounds better.
Okay, I just bypassed my power strip. Why don't I hear it?
Yeah, see, now that's you're quiet, but it sounds... Oh, that's...
It's my brewing buddy earlier. He danced. It was hilarious. I put the video on Twitter so everyone can go and enjoy it.
Nice.
Hello.
Okay, now you're loud.
Too loud?
Too loud. Now you're sounding overdriven again, but maybe it's because you're too loud this time.
Ah, man.
You're sounding
No,
better.
it's better.
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. You sure?
Still a little.
Just a little loud.
Okay. How about now?
Perfect.
Yes.
That sounds good to me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sound nice and clear again.
Okay. Thanks everybody for hanging in there with us.
It's train wreck. We haven't even started.
I know. Okay, let's see.
I'm your captain.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay, got that. Oh, I still have... What a mess. You would not believe my desk. It's just a
huge mess.
Yeah.
Just got back from the ballet, and my daughter was the lead ballerina. She's playing Cinderella, and
cool.
she killed it. I mean, in a good way.
She killed it. It's dead. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's toast. Now I went to the show last night, and what was that?
Somebody
Oh, here we
chirped.
go. She was not playing the lead. Another girl. They kind of split the performances, and so the other girl played Cinderella, and my daughter was one of the princesses last night.
Oh.
But today and tomorrow, she's Cinderella. She has the lead.
Oh.
It's really cool.
That's awesome.
And she really did a beautiful job. I'm very proud of my daughter.
Proud dad.
Yeah, she was, almost made me cry.
Oh, that's so sweet. Did you take her flowers?
No.
Oh, but that's what you're supposed to do.
I've been doing that for so long, and yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Okay, well, whatever. Meaning.
She'd probably rather me not give her flowers. She had an armful of bouquets. So.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Let's go over here to. Why don't I not? I have no menu bar on this computer. There we go. Wow.
Hey, deep breath. Father and I are hanging in. Doesn't matter. Like, I don't have anything to do, so
Okay,
you're
great.
totally good, okay?
And who cares about those people that are watching us live in the chat room?
Well, if they have something
They're
to
having
do,
fun.
we still love you, but you can go and do what you gotta do.
All right. It's like my old white MacBook is waking up from a long sleep.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm opening up Reaper for the first time. No, I'm not. So how y'all are? Well, we'll talk about it in a minute when we do the show. I do have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, good.
If I can remember them. Honestly, can't remember what I was so excited about talking about.
But I have a pick of the week, so that's kind of exciting.
Okay.
I never do until the last second. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you can update us on your book.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, baby. I need the track for the show, the intro and all that. Or you know what? I could just do it like this.
SQPN.
Well, I'll just do that. Because it looks like this computer over here is suffering.
Just needs to be rebooted.
Yeah, I leave it on while I'm on trips.
Yeah.
And so I really haven't used this thing since last weekend. And it's been sleeping, and it's acting like it has never been used before. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to turn my work computer off every day now. It's weird. It's a
Okay.
Mac. You shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, I'm getting the old beach ball over there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Let's see. What now? Think, Jeff. What was it we were going to talk about? Oh, man. Did you do your homework with the CNN Finding Jesus? You
Ooh.
didn't. I can tell by the lack of response.
I've got it recorded. I never watched it.
I didn't know there was homework, so I'm off the
Well,
hook.
yeah, you weren't here last week.
No, I was slept in.
You never know if Sarah's going to be there.
Well, I overslept. Shut up.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
Maybe if I hit the right knob. Is that better?
A little bit. Still got a little bit of the. Yeah, that sounds better.
Ooh. That was worse when I...
Oh, yeah. That sounds bad.
Right, so I turn the overall volume down on the aux channel. Okay, turn that off. And, okay. let's see, the recorder. Hopefully I have enough time left on that card. And let's see, obviously we're recording on the Hangout. Have been for some time. And we'll have to go in there and edit the start time, so people don't have to listen to all this. Gosh darn it. I just picked up my son from, I can talk about it on the show. So my volume's still okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds great.
Okay. And I'm just making sure it sounds okay for the recording. Okay. And there we go. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm picking up a lot of the sound of the room, but that's okay, because I'm bypassing my channel strip. All right. And maybe I can think of what it was I was going to talk about after we start the show. We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe if I look at these tabs. Oh, yeah, now I remember some of the things. Okay, good. You all ready?
Ready when you are.
Okay. Let's do this.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
Listening to Catholic Weekend, episode number 263 for the week ending Saturday, March 7th, 2015. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your captain.
I'm your captain.
Captain Jeff
I'm your
from
captain.
Roswell, Georgia.
So I'm
And
feeling
today, let's
mighty
see,
sick.
in the plains of Atlanta, where we bless the nations. Sarah Evans.
Hello, everybody.
And also joining us today from Malta, Montana, Father Corey Stika.
How's it going, everyone?
Where they
Awesome.
come from miles around.
Okay, well,
Where
the
they
people that are
throw
listening to the
hula
show,
hand and a bunch of beer
uh,
cans all over
the way they
that
normally do,
blue
you know, the
mountain.
podcast method, they have no idea that we are doing this much later in the day, and we've been experiencing a few minor technical details and such, but we are here finally, and welcome to Catholic Weekend. And as I said, it's March 7th, and man, I can't believe how fast the month is going already. I mean, the year is going.
Exactly.
So, what all is new with you two? We'll start with Sarah because she wasn't here with us last few episodes. So, what's been going on with you, or not?
Cranking through all the marketing prep for the book. So, emailed a bunch of folks begging for endorsements, and been working on my website a lot. I'm trying to blog every day, and just put information up about the book, and just kind of getting ready and trying to book some speaking gigs. So, for any of you out there that need a speaker for anything. Obviously, teenagers not probably my target market, but would love to come out and speak at your parish. So that's next on the list of lots of outreach there. So, and then just work. Work is just really, really, really busy. So when I'm not working, I'm working on book stuff, or otherwise I'm sleeping. So it's just crazy.
So when you're not working, you're working.
Basically.
Yeah. So what is this book thing? What are you talking about? Just to remind people if they didn't already know.
Oh, well, I wrote a book. It's called The Catholic Drinkie's Guide to Homebrewed Evangelism, and it's a book about the beer brewing monks, about some saints, how to use, evangelize in the new evangelization, and you can learn how to homebrew. So it's kind of a really cool jack of all trades kind of book.
Oh, so you're actually giving instructions on homebrewing?
Oh yeah, that's half the book.
Oh. So you are the Charlie Papazian of the Catholic world. And do you even know who Charlie Papazian is?
No.
He is basically the father of the homebrewing movement in the United States of America.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And for those of us old geeks, old geezers who have been brewing beer for quite some time, my big decade was the 90s. That's when I actually started brewing in the mid 80s. And I think I brewed last in, I don't know, maybe 97, 98, something like that. And yeah, so American Homebrewers Association, Charlie Papazian, he wrote this book that every homebrewer had. It was their Bible for brewing beer. So, anywho.
Very cool.
And there was another guy too, Byron Birch, I think. He was the one that was on the cover of Mother Earth. What was it called? Is it called Mother Earth magazine?
I don't know. That sounds really not up my alley.
Yeah. So anyway, this is not a show about home brewing, so I'll stop.
Although all three of us have or are home brewing, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like.
And I did brew today. I brewed an IPA today.
Oh, sweet.
For you, for the CNMC, for some folks at CNMC.
The what?
Yeah.
The CNMC. Hey, believe it or not, I can really gladly say now that registration is open for CNMC. I think. I don't know if the site is still up.
I think we're still having technical difficulties with the site, but things are getting there. And once the site's ready to go, registration will be open or is open. Or
Apparently, what's happening with our site, if you have been experiencing whoa, with our website, it is apparently because we host Terry Jones' great saints.sqpn.com site over there on a subsite of our or subdomain on our server, and apparently the thing is getting so unwieldy that it just keeps bringing our servers down.
Oh.
That's one of the reasons why we're making the move to a different server. That, and also because we're going to save a lot of money, because basically what we were paying every month, we pay just a little bit more than that per year now with the new server.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to be good stewards with everybody's money that donates to SQPN, who are friends of SQPN. So that's what's happening with that. And so right now we're kind of making this transition, and actually we're still on the old servers, and that's why the thing keeps going down, because people are looking up Saints information, which is good. You know, it's a good problem to have, I guess, unless you're trying to register for the CNMC. So, but I'll talk about the CNMC on the break. Not the break, not Father's show.
Right.
One of our breaks. So, anyway, so Father Corey, what's been up with you?
Oh, it's been, kind of a typical busy Lenten week. It seems like every night I've got something going on, and even nights when I didn't think I had stuff going on, I had stuff going on. So it's just kind of one of those busy periods. Just all kinds of, all different devotions, different meetings, different, masses and things, silly things that priests do.
Silly.
The silly stuff that we do on a regular basis.
So are you having any missions in your parish, or like bringing somebody in to do a mission, or are you doing your own, or anything like that?
Not really this year. We haven't done that in a few years. It's something I keep thinking about, but it's one of those things that always gets put on the list and then forgotten about till later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's plan this later. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
But, like many parishes, we'll have our penance service here. I think this week is our penance service. Of course, we have Stations of the Cross. We have other activities going on. So we keep our Lent pretty full.
Is it not true that if people actually listen to or watch Catholic Weekend, that is their penance?
I would say it is definitely a penitential act, yes.
Okay, yeah. So we're trying to help you all out in Lent. So how are your personal Lenten spiritual and or physical sacrifices going?
Not bad. One of the things I gave up for Lent was watching some of the church gossip. There's the church politics that goes on, and there are those who Yeah, I mean, there's any number of people who are willing to pontificate on any number of issues, and it just causes a lot of stress and heartache. And so I've given up a lot of that. So I don't read a lot of those articles about, Pope Francis is leading the church wrong, or anybody who's kind of followed church politics, the kind of articles I'm talking about, where it's more about the inside baseball of the church than it is really about the gospel and the Eucharist and evangelization and salvation, those things that the church exists for.
Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know why I just thought of this. When I was on the way to the venue for my daughter's ballet, which I'll talk about in a minute, there was apparently just right up the road from me on Alpharetta Highway, there must be an abortion clinic, because I saw probably 9-10 people out there with signs, and they were all bundled up because it was still pretty cold this morning. About abortion killing babies and
wonderful.
Yeah, so I said a quick prayer for them, and thank God that there are people out there that will kind of put themselves out there like that to try to talk people out of doing that.
Exactly. It's a wonderful movement, not just in the Catholic Church. It's not just Catholic, but it's primarily Catholic, because most of the people who are involved are Catholic, is 40 Days for Life. And that's probably what they're involved in. And that's just a wonderful movement of just taking like the period of Lent. And they do it throughout the year. It's not just during Lent, but that's one of the periods they do. And using that as an opportunity to pray for the end of abortion, to work for the end of abortion. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that is. So, Sarah, I forgot. Have we already... well, you know what? I think Sarah gave up Catholic Weekend for Lent.
I am on a... So, I haven't really talked about it publicly, but like I'm on a really strict diet because I'm trying to lose a bunch of weight. I've already lost about 30 pounds since Christmas. And so I really didn't give anything up because I'm already on such a strict diet. There's not really anything to give up. I haven't been drinking since before Christmas. I'm not eating any desserts. So there's nothing for me to give up because my diet is so regimented as far as food goes. Been trying to not sleep in as much and make myself get up during the work week, get up a little bit earlier so I can really prepare for the day. And so that was kind of the one thing that I was doing as far as a physical kind of sacrifice.
Well, you don't have like a regular time to go, like regular working stiffs, like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I work from home, right? So I can get out of bed at 8:25 and start work. So trying to not do that anymore and be a human being and get up and do stuff, make breakfast and make my bed and, do stuff around the house before I start work.
How's that working out?
It's going.
Well,
I've been staying up too late working on stuff for the book. I'll be up blogging till too late, and I'm so I'm trying to figure out the right balance still. But that's okay. That's the point, right? So
that's we're all working out our salvation in big chunks and small chunks, and right now, maybe that's not the right term to use, small chunks. I think it's something else. Anyway, I was going to give up beer. Then I realized that I have all these airline pilot guy meetups that I'm supposed to do in Lent, and think about it. And I went, okay, I'm going to have to think of something else. And so I gave up chocolate, which is easy, But I do love chocolate, and but I'm trying to do some more reading, spiritual reading and that kind of thing. But I'm having mixed results as well. I think we all go through this, don't we? We kind of set this high bar, and then some of us really fail quite quickly.
Well, I always love the people who, I'm gonna spend an hour in front of the Blessed Sacrament, and I'm gonna pray all the Liturgy of the Hours, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's like you don't even say an Our Father every day.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why don't you start with something simple, like you're just going to spend 5 minutes. That's it. say an Our Father and spend 5 minutes and go from there. You know.
Yeah, I think you need to start with praying the entire rosary, all 5 decades.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Twice a day. No, just kidding.
Do all 20 mysteries at one sitting. No.
I did the rosary for Lent last year, and
No, it's only 4 series of mysteries.
it's really hard to
It
keep
is.
up with that every day. Like, I know that sounds so lame, but it's a good challenge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, it is. If you're not used to it, it's a really good challenge. And of course, you can do it doing other things. You're driving, you
Yeah,
can pray
but
the
I feel
rosary.
like that's cheating.
It is kind of.
I don't know. I mean,
Almost like, hurry up and let's finish this. I don't know. I don't know if that counts. Like, you're thinking the whole time, like, am I done yet? Am I done yet? Like, does it count?
one easy way or effective way that I found is using a recording, like somebody praying, like Greg and Jennifer Willits.
Yep.
They do that spiritual rosary, and that is awesome because they keep you on track, and then they have the little spiritual readings in between.
Absolutely.
And even if you're driving, it kind of keeps your mind focused on
Yeah,
it. So,
that one's cool. I have another one too, that I sometimes use. I forget what it is, but a bishop does it.
the old bishop.
Another
Speaking of bishops, we'll talk about the passing of a bishop just a few days ago after we get back from our break. And I think, yes, here's the music coming up. This is our first break. Hey, we've made it like a quarter of the way. Yes, yay team. So we have a special event coming up in June. We've been talking about it for months, and Greg Willits had just reminded me he's our opening keynote speaker. And of course, we're talking about the Catholic New Media Conference. It started off as the Catholic New Media Celebration, and this year we're kind of going back to that whole celebration theme. It's kind of a homecoming of sorts. We're trying to bring back all of the old gang, all of the old board members, etc. People like Mike and Catherine. You didn't hear her; they got a divorce, and now Catherine's married to Mike. No, it's Mac. Mac and Catherine Barron. We have Greg and Jennifer Willits. You're going to see Dr. Paul Camerata, the great host of the Saint Cast and the Voice of God on SQPN, and that and many, many more. Some of the regulars that you're used to seeing and hearing on Catholic Weekend: Father Corey, Sarah Babulous, Maria Johnson, Jeff Nielsen, and who did I forget? Anybody? Steve? Gosh, I thought I mentioned him first. Steve Nelson, of course, Steve. Listening, I'm sorry. But he's just going to go, well, that's just par for the course. So anyway, one of the different things about this year's celebration, and if it really flops, it's probably because it's my fault. So I'll go ahead and tell you right now. But because we were having it here in Atlanta, Maria and I thought, let's instead of spending, the money that you give us to, spend on the new evangelization and have, pay somebody else to do all the organizing, why don't we, the couple of us board members do it, because we're here in Atlanta and this is our backyard, and we thought it would be really easy. It's not easy at all. And but anyway, we're getting there, and we finally have the registration open on the website, and we have a place for you to click for getting your rooms. We're staying at the Marriott Gateway, right there next to the conference center, and also right next door is the Spring Hill Suite. So if you prefer a suite type setup and free breakfast in the morning, and you want to put more people in the room and share the expense, then there's an option there as well. It's all on the website. Just look for the CNMC link, and then you can find out all about our conference and lodging options and such. And I would recommend that you jump on it quickly, so you get a spot, especially for the rooms. They may be going pretty quickly. So the Eucharistic Congress is the day before our conference, and so you might want to plan on coming out on Saturday morning or even Friday night, attending the Eucharistic Congress. And then it'd be great if you joined us at the Jubilee Dinner on Saturday night, which is a separate thing. And then, of course, the conference itself on Sunday. And we start off with a mass, starting off right, and then right on into the celebration panels that we're going to talk about. Catholic new media, new evangelization, past, present, and future. So again, more information forthcoming in the next weeks and months, but we do recommend that you head over to cnmc.sqpn.com as soon as possible to sign up. All right. Looking forward to that, as I know you two are as well.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Wait.
So much fun.
Yes, it will be. So I mentioned before the break that we're going to talk about a bishop that just passed, and the longtime bishop/cardinal of New York City, Cardinal Egan. I think he was wasn't he New York?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He just passed away this week. I think he was 82, 83 years old, something like that. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
He started the Catholic channel on Sirius XM.
Oh,
Yes. Wow. Yeah, he was the first to do the conversation with the cardinal show that now Cardinal Dolan continues.
So he kind of had a big part in the new evangelization.
Oh, I very much think so. I think he realized the importance of it, or at least at the bare minimum had people that he trusted who helped him understand the importance of it. Sometimes that's just as important as maybe he doesn't quite understand it, but you know what? If you believe it, if you understand it, I'll let you handle it. I think a good argument is that he kind of put the culture in place there in that archdiocese to support the new evangelization. So that's a good thing, and again, something that his successor, Cardinal Dolan, has continued to grow. I know.
So let's not forget to include Cardinal Egan in our prayers. I mean, he was a bishop, a priest, bishop, cardinal, and but that he still needs our prayers. In fact, he may actually need them more than a normal person. So let's don't assume anything, right?
Yeah, believe me, we those of us who are in the clergy need it probably just as much, if not more.
Well, hey, I saw this. This is you know how I get irritated every single year. We during Advent we listen to Christmas music, and then the first day of Christmas we have that last day of Christmas music in most markets around at least the United States. Then the second day of Christmas, which is a very important day, it's my birthday, but it's also the feast of Saint Stephen the Martyr. It's also Boxing Day. It's a lot of things. First day of Kwanzaa. And I always get upset with the local stations because they're not playing Christmas music anymore. So let me press this button here. See what's playing. Can you hear that? I know it doesn't.
NSYNC, yeah.
But it's NSYNC. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
I love that song.
So okay, it's you're not hearing it anymore, but I am. So I'm gonna hit the stop button. Okay. So I'm listening to Santa 1057.com.
A full-time Christmas channel.
In upstate New York somewhere. And it's obviously if you live up there, you can tune into it on your car radios or your radios in your house. But if not, anywhere on the internet, you can head over to Santa 1057 or 1057.com, and you can listen to the music live, constant, continuous Christmas music year-round. So I thought that was interesting.
Couple of friends who will like that because they listen to Christmas music year-round. The rest of us are like, yeah, not so much.
But it's kind of like, I guess it's up in Syracuse somewhere, or Albany, New York. A Capital Region radio station now plays Christmas music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. WQSH-FM, once known as Pop Crush 105.7.
Pop Crush, okay.
Yeah, switched over to the new festive format on Wednesday at midnight. So this is just, this news is like so fresh. You can bite into it, and it's just so warm. They rebranded the station to Santa 105.7. You can listen to the station live online. And the station owners said market research revealed a strong demand for holiday hits all year long. And the company said the holiday music is not a stunt and promises everything from Sting to Bing.
Clever.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah. This might strike some as being risky in this environment of new media, but I've looked at the numbers and they don't lie, said Town Square Media's local market president Jake Demon in a statement. There's literally a clamoring for Christmas music 24/7, 365, 52. Never heard anybody do that.
Mm.
But lots of numbers there.
I don't know. I mean, I like Christmas music, but I really do feel like by the time, because now it starts, right after Halloween. So really, even by the time Christmas comes around, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, admittedly, I listen to a lot of satellite radio now instead of the regular radio stations, and at least there you can kind of hide from it because they don't start playing the Christmas music, the holiday music, excuse me, you got to be politically correct, the holiday music on the regular stations, the 80s or the classic rewind or something like that until...
No, they never do, though.
Well, about a week or two before Christmas, they do start bringing some in.
Yeah.
It's not as prevalent, though, because they do have their 4 or 5 holiday channels. The sad part is December 26th, they shut down their regular holiday channels for other things. But, as I like listening to the Pops channel.
Oh, yeah, that one's good. Because
it's great music. It's more the classic. It's not the rock or anything, country or rock or anything like that.
No, it's more like Mannheim Steamroller. That's my favorite.
Well, it's Mannheim Steamroller, or it's big band, or it's orchestra, or something like that. It's the more classic Christmas music that people think of.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know if it's something I'm going to be listening to every day, but at least if you have a hankering,
you have options.
Yeah, you have options. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
The sad part is I can only think of when I was in high school, a radio station in Williston, North Dakota, near where we were living. They converted from country to classic rock, I think it was, and they commemorated it by playing the song Louie Louie for 24 hours.
Straight?
Straight.
Wow.
Who thought that was a good idea?
That does not sound like a good idea at all.
And that's kind of what I'm wondering, if this is something like that, where they say it's not a gimmick, but it might be.
Yeah. Wow. It could be. You never know. They're getting a lot of exposure, a lot of press for this. That's for sure.
Exactly.
So I don't know, if it's anything like the Atlanta market, like every week or two, it seems like the stations change formats. I mean, I'm completely lost here, Sarah, in Atlanta, because as soon as I find one, like, remember that oldies station, the classic oldies?
Fox 97.
No, it was it was a different. It was higher up in the dial. It was not actually from Atlanta. It was like a syndicated national thing. I don't know. Maybe you never listened to it, but it was mostly 60s and 70s. Music.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like classic 90. No, well, there was 96 rock.
Yeah, but it was like 106 something classic
Okay.
oldies or something like that. I don't know. I don't know where they were out of, but not here. And then, it was like, I put a preset on my radio dial, and then all of a sudden I hit it, and it's like something else. I don't know what's going on.
I don't listen to the terrestrial, is that the right word? Radio here in Atlanta, or really ever. I've had satellite radio for, I don't know, like 12 years now, and I bought a lifetime subscription back in
must be nice.
2008 or maybe 9. So I paid it. They let me pay it quarterly, so I paid it off in 3 quarters. So I never have to pay again. So I have this lifetime subscription. So that's what I listen to. Or honestly, if I'm in my car, a lot of times I plug in my phone and listen to stuff off my iPod. So.
Yeah, I think more and more people are doing that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
so I don't even know what's cool anymore. Like, I just learned about Uptown Funk, but it's really good.
Is that the Bruno Mars?
Yeah, it's great. I like to dance to it around my apartment by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I love funk, and I remember
it's coming back, and I think that it's because of Daft Punk and their album that they put out like a year and a half ago or something like that, and so it's really coming back in a big way. Funk style. Like it's obviously updated, but it's got the funk background to it.
Nice.
Is this it? No, this is an ad.
I'm like, no, that's not Uptown Funk at all.
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't remember it sounding like this. And why would I like that?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It's like a 30-second ad. I know that things that are free, you got to pay the price, right?
Well, that's not as bad as some of those where they dare you to skip it because it's like 3 minutes, 4 minutes long
Yeah.
advertisement.
Yeah.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just so funny.
The music that Maria
Stop.
Johnson and
Wait a
I
minute.
were dancing to in discos back in the 70s.
You mean at Johnny's Hideaway?
Not Johnny's Hideaway, because I wasn't here in the 70s. I was in Mobile, and we had discotheques.
Oh, okay. At the Disco Kroger here in Atlanta when there was the disco next
I
door?
actually went to the disco Kroger. What was it called? Shoot. Now I've forgotten the darn name of the place.
My mom used to go there, too.
Yeah, they had at one point they had the dance floor. Father Corey was like thick acrylic, and below it was actually water with sharks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What was that called? Darn it! I can't think of the name of it. If anybody listening in the chat room, help me. Probably, maybe you'll remember. Where did the chat room go?
I think it's having issues.
Okay. Okay. Well, no. Here we go. Pop Crush, not to be confused with Orange Crush. They're just about 5 minutes behind us.
Yeah.
And he was agreeing. Father Darrell was agreeing with Father Corey about priests needing as many or more prayers than the rest of us. So good to hear and see that you're there, Father Darrell and Mike and Stancy and Lynn. Maybe she's there, maybe she's not. But anyway, so we do appreciate everybody there in the chat room joining us for our Catholic Weekend late edition, later in the day on Saturday. But anyway, we just blew through our bottom of the hour break. I just had it muted because I don't think we were ready quite yet for a break.
But we're ready now.
Are we? Okay.
Sure.
Let's see. What can we play here? We can do this.
You like this one?
The Will and Sleep. Well, you know what? I can play something else, except I just don't have anything else on this machine
Good.
right here. So again, thank you for hanging in with us all these years. Well, especially those of you who have been SQPN supporters for quite a long time, and we can't do what we do without you, and it's much, much, much appreciated. And if you're new, you just happen to stumble upon this, consider donating to our organization, the StarQuest Production Network. You can find all about our mission and what we do, and sample some of the podcasts that are produced by SQPN by heading over to sqpn.com. You'll notice very, very conveniently, right over here, if you're watching the video, I'm pointing to my left. There should be a column over there on the right side of the webpage that has a few ways to help support us. One is by becoming a friend of SQPN, and many of the people in the chat room are friends of SQPN, and again, we thank you and we appreciate you. There are other ways, though, that are not quite as difficult financially. If you do shopping on Amazon, and who doesn't, you can click on one of our links. We have several links for different countries. And by doing so, it basically puts a small little cookie, I think it's a chocolate chip, in your computer. And what that is, and don't worry, it's not malware or spyware or anything else. It basically tells Amazon that you want a portion of the proceeds of the sale to go to SQPN. And it expires in like 24 hours, so it's not something that stays there and starts eating away at your hard drive and doing weird things to your computer. So it really helps us out, right, Sarah? You're kind of savvy when it comes to computers and stuff.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So there's no harm in that little chocolate chip cookie residing in your machine, right?
No, it'll be
chocolate.
fine. And once you're tired of them, just clear your cache and cookies, and you're good to go.
Hey, you know what? All you need to do if you want to clear your cache is have kids and
Yeah.
have them go to college.
And they'll take care of the cookies too while they leave.
Yeah, all that stuff. You won't have anything anymore at your house. So anyway, all joking aside, really does help out. It adds up, a couple dollars here, a couple pennies there. It all adds up, and it's a significant amount that we receive from Amazon.com every month. So please consider that. And finally, Bluehost. Again, it's over there on the right-hand column. Bluehost.com, one of our partners in the new evangelization. They give us a nice little signing bonus if you sign up with them. So, and Sarah uses Bluehost, and I know that Steve does, and Father Roderick uses Bluehost for his personal blog. So I think they're all pretty happy with it, and I think you'll be too. So thank you again for your financial support. If you can't help us financially, pray for us, because we really do need your prayers. And I'm not joking. I usually am, but we really do need and appreciate any prayers that you can send our way. So Sarah's laughing.
Just laughing at you.
Okay. Well, I am so excited. You can tell I'm in a really good mood. And normally we do the show earlier in the day, and I'm still kind of waking up. But I've been up for a while. I've been up for a long while because my son was supposed to fly this morning because he missed the last flight last night out of Orlando. He's coming home for spring break, and also coming home to see his kid sister, his younger sister, be the lead ballerina in the ballet Cinderella. And he was doing some kind of a test, and he missed the flight. And so he said, "Dad, I'm going to take the 5:20 departure this morning." And I went, "Oh, okay, it's early." And he goes, "Yeah, but I want to make sure I don't miss the ballet today." Now, by the way, there's another performance tomorrow that Natalie's also the lead in. So I got up this morning at 6, and I was going to drive to the airport to pick him up, and I thought, I want to make sure that he's actually on this flight before I drive all the way down to the airport to pick him up. So I sent him a text, no answer. I thought, okay, well, maybe he's on the airplane. So let me check the website. I can go to the website and see if he's listed and what seat he got, and he's definitely on the flight. I didn't see any information to support that. And I thought, well, sometimes things fall through the cracks. So I picked up the phone and hit call. You don't do that with kids or I say kids, late teens and early 20s. You hardly ever call somebody. You just text them. But I figured, well, maybe the ring will wake him up. And sure enough, hello. Hey, did you make the flight? No. The phone just woke me up. So I'm glad that I didn't, go all the way down to the airport and wait for him to show up. So we did some rearranging, and he took a later flight, and actually he kind of didn't show up in time for the one that we were hoping he'd be on, so that he could make the performance this morning. So he missed today's performance, but he's finally here, and he was running late, so that's one of the reasons why we postponed the show, so I could watch my daughter Natalie perform in Cinderella, and also so I could pick up my son from the train station, because he rode the MARTA too. Anyway, who cares?
We do.
That's why I'm excited, because I have a whole family back together, and that's always fun here at the
That's so
Nielsen
fun.
household. And it's just exciting right now because of the fact that Natalie is in kind of her swan song. She's a senior in high school. She'll be graduating in May, and then she'll be going off to college. And she's hoping to continue to dance in college as well. In fact, keep her in your prayers. In fact, I think it's like next weekend or the weekend after, so one of these weekends in March, she is auditioning at Elon University for a spot in their dance program, so she can major in dance.
Cool.
And there might be some scholarship money related to that as well. So
That'd be a good thing.
that would be a very good thing, because the school's not cheap. And
No, but it's a great school.
it's really, I'd never heard of it. When she was talking about some of the schools that she was looking at, I went, Elon, what is that? It sounded like University of Phoenix or one of those.
Ooh. Yeah, I had some friends from high school that went there. They really heavily recruited out of my high school for kids to go there, and I did a campus visit. It's very nice.
Oh, it's a beautiful school. Yeah, we
Yeah.
went there and looked at it, and it's a small school, which I think will suit her just fine. And so anyway, so if you don't mind, keep my daughter Natalie in your prayers for her audition so that she can. And I think every like 90% of the students there either double major or major minor or whatever they have. I mean, it's a very, very high percentage there. So she will, minor in something like English or whatever. I think she wants to eventually become a lawyer. Again, I'm not sure where we went wrong here, but anyway, that's what she thinks she wants to do. So we'll see. So enough about me and my family. I just wanted to get that out because I'm just excited. So
That's cool. Very cool.
yeah. Let's see. Let's talk about Finding Jesus, unless there's something that you guys are
I
wanting to
didn't
talk
watch it.
about. I know you
No.
didn't. But you know what? CNN produced this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about it and I saw some people tweeting about it. But Sunday night I think I was working my blog. I don't think I watched TV.
Well, Carmel Communications, one of the supporters of SQPN, by the way, and they've been supporters of the Catholic New Media Conference in years past, and so they're friends of ours, and I'm on their email list, and they send me occasional press releases now and then, and one of them was talking about this Finding Jesus thing on CNN, and I thought, well, maybe if this Catholic organization is actually promoting it, maybe it would be worth taking a look at. So I did record it last Sunday night, and I didn't watch the very end of it because what they were basically talking about on this first episode was the Shroud of Turin, and also the cloth, not the veil of
The Veronica?
Veronica's veil, but it's something else, like the actual cloth that they would have used when they were bringing him down from the
Oh
cross.
yeah, the burial cloth. I know what you're talking about. I've seen a reproduction of that when I was in Rome last year, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they were talking about both of those things, and looking at the evidence and trying to decide really how old this was, and then of course toward the very end. Now this is CNN, and they kind of leave you toward the end of the show with the expert that basically says, well, this could have been a photograph, and this may not be as old as we think it is, and that kind of thing. So again, I can't really come down with a final judgment on it yet because I haven't actually watched the complete episode, but I've watched maybe at least 3/4 of it, and I think it so far has been pretty fairly representing things. But the bottom line is, even if this is a fake or a forgery, it doesn't matter because
Right.
our faith does not depend on having that relic or that,
Exactly.
right?
Oh, exactly. And admittedly, I'm very skeptical. I've also recorded it and didn't watch it. And just anytime CNN or the History Channel or any of these secular channels try to treat religion, they never do. First of all, they never do a good job of it. They always want to look fair, which usually means they give more time to the people or put the people who are opposed to whatever religious text or object or belief that they're exploring, seem to give them more time and more credence than the people who are for the religion. And that's their bias. We know that going in. Someone asked me about the show and said, I didn't watch it. And they said, well, do you believe in the shroud? I said, I do. Well, what about this? And mentioned the carbon dating. Just kind of like, look at how they handle other issues. Look at how the news media handles other issues.
All you have to do, honestly, Father, though, is just say the tilma of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Like, no one can prove that it's. I mean,
And we have evidence all the way back to the formation of the tilma itself. So
Right, exactly. So, but when they try to, because at one point someone cut part of it out and tested it, and they're like, "Well, but there's evidence that leads back
Mhm.
to the day that that was created, and no one
Yeah.
can explain it other than like, oh, it's definitely a God thing."
Well, and admittedly, again, I haven't watched the show, so they may be much more fair about it than my skepticism will allow. I'll admit.
Okay, well, if you're listening to this show, including the host, it's your homework again for next week then. If you didn't watch it this week, let's watch it and see. And I'm going to try to, I have it set to record the second episode tomorrow night. And I just wanted to kind of put that out there, promote it, because Carmel Communications was saying that that was something that we should promote. And so,
Yeah, and I got that same email and it kind of intrigued me because
Mhm.
I guess I was I guess I figured like I said it was going to be a typical History Channel
hmm
hit piece basically, but
yeah.
perhaps there's more there to look at.
I'd say, in a lot of this, I don't know if it's because we have a certain probably bias to believe in things such as the tilma and the burial cloth and the shroud, etc. And so I think maybe we're sensitive to opposing views, just as people who look at those of us who have faith as a bunch of superstitious idiots. They have their own preconceived biases as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I don't know how much of it, maybe the whole thing is pretty fair. I don't know.
Yeah.
But why don't you check it out and see, listener, and we'll talk about this next week.
Yeah, give us feedback and let us know what you thought of it.
Well, and I'd like to know this, Father Corey. You're not obligated as a priest to celebrate Mass every day?
Nope. We are. I mean, we have our obligation to attend Mass as on Sundays as everybody else does. We're not obligated. It is highly, 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 highly recommended.
Uh-huh.
It is a very
That's pretty
important.
highly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's probably the most important part of a priest spirituality to celebrate Mass every day, but it's not a requirement.
Okay. Well, how in the world do you guys actually pray the Liturgy of the Hours every day?
Hopefully, very well. Unlike me, where sometimes it's 11 o'clock at night and I haven't even prayed morning prayer yet. Well, guess what? It's morning now. No.
So you have to do all the prayers?
Yep.
in
Well,
the
we have to
Liturgy of
do.
Hours?
We are obligated to pray the main hour. So what I mean by that is
Office.
we're obligated to pray the office of readings,
Mhm.
the morning prayer, one of the daytime prayers, not all three. You look in there and you've got mid-morning,
Mid-morning.
mid-afternoon, midday. We're obligated to pick one of those three and pray it.
Okay.
And usually it's depending on what time. So like yesterday it was about 12:30 when I prayed the daytime prayer, so I prayed noon prayer, midday prayer.
Mhm.
And then evening prayer, night prayer. We're obligated to pray the 5 hours, which is less than it used to be. It used to be you had to pray actually 9
Wow.
or 8, something like that. It was 8. They counted it as 7, but it was really 8.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And
That's a
so
big-
so the numbers have gone down as far as that's concerned.
Mhm.
And to be fair, most of the hours don't take very long.
Yeah.
I think when you pray it publicly, it tends to take a little bit longer. But when you pray it privately, it only takes, like for example, I can usually pray morning prayer in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So it doesn't take that long privately.
So
Depends on
what's-
how elaborate I want to get.
So daily Mass, what's your fastest Mass?
Oh, I usually average about 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, all right.
They got to get done, they got to get to work or whatever they've got going on.
Exactly. You're thinking about the peeps. That's what you're
So
doing.
exactly.
Where did you receive your chalice? From
I actually got mine from the Knights of Columbus, but I know many, 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 many priests, they get it from their family. It's a gift from their family at ordination.
Okay. That's what this article here that I'm reading from says.
Yep.
They usually receive their chalice as a gift from their parents. It says here that priests pay taxes.
Boy, do we. The church is tax exempt. The
Mhm.
priest isn't. I get taxed on my salary. And by the way, if there are any politicians listening, especially on the federal level, here's a hint. Make us so that we're like every other person in the United States that's not self-employed. We're really not. Priests, as far as the IRS is concerned, for federal taxes, we have our taxes withheld just as everybody else does. It's a regular, withholding, regular salary or payroll tax. For Social Security and Medicare, however, we're considered self-employed, so we have to pay the entirety
Oh man,
of the self-employed Social Security Medicare tax.
that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. It's 18%, I think.
Wow.
So, and the parish does not, unlike, Jeff, Sarah, you both have half of your Social Security Medicare paid by your company. We don't have that. We have to pay it all. So the parish does not withhold that for us. Well, we have to ask for extra withholding for that. But yes, we pay taxes.
Yep.
So
You pays your taxes, that's for sure. Here's one on this list, and I'll have this link in the show notes. It's the top 10 things you didn't know about priests. We don't have time to do every single one, but this one blows me away. They don't know everything about the Bible.
Nope.
Are you kidding?
Nope, we don't know everything. We might know more than some, less than others.
Now, Father Darrell and Father Corey, maybe you will agree with this one. Priests don't always like each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to just the human condition, right?
Exactly. I wish I could say that we're all buddy-buddy, and for the most part, I think I can, speaking for myself, I think I get along with most of the priests. That doesn't mean I always like them, and it doesn't mean I always agree with them, but I get along with most of the priests in my diocese. But the fact is, there are priests in my diocese that I really don't want anything to do with, and I think the feeling's mutual some days.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're gonna love them no matter what, and you're gonna pray for them and all of that. But that's just part of life, and you guys are just as human as Jeff, as me, and like I love everybody, but it doesn't mean that I'm able to get along well and click with everybody. I mean, some people I have very pleasant, just small talk relationship with, but we're not going to be best friends. Like in the same way that a married couple or people date, you have to have, even with friendship, chemistry, commonness, and there's just something to it of how you pick your friends, and you can't be friends with everybody. You can't.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah, God commands us that we must love each other, everyone.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we have to like them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I always kind of joke, doesn't mean you're gonna want anything to do with them, doesn't mean you're gonna want to look at them ever again, but you still gotta love them.
And this one here, I thought it was pretty much common sense, but apparently a lot of people think that because you're a priest, you don't have to go to confession.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that would be nice. If I could just go stand at a mirror and say, "I absolve you from your sins,"
Now tell me you really don't do that.
No.
Okay.
I could do it. There'd be two problems if I did it. First of all, it wouldn't work. The sacrament wouldn't be celebrated. Secondly, it would be an abuse of the sacrament, which is another sin.
And yeah. By the way, again, this list we'll have in the show notes. Most often have never met the Pope, and that's believable. There are a huge number of priests. I mean, gosh, how in the world could every priest actually meet the Pope?
Be nice.
Wait, you guys aren't all BFF with the Pope?
Nope.
Yeah, wow. And of course, one of the top ones here on the list, number 2, is some are married, and we've actually had married priests, or at least a couple of married priests on Catholic Weekend over the years.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something that is a discipline of the Roman Catholic Church, but not of the Catholic Church entire. Because remember, the Catholic Church is composed of, 22 or 23 rites?
Yeah, something like
that. The
that.
one is the one that most of us are in, which is the Roman Rite or the Latin Rite or whatever, the Roman Catholic Church.
Exactly.
But the other 21 or 22 are Eastern rites, and many of them, if not all, allow priests to be married.
And actually, that's kind of a big deal now, where Pope Francis has finally, and I do mean this finally, overturned the ban on married Eastern Rite priests in the United States. That's one of the more scandalous issues, in my opinion, here in the United States and Europe, is that Eastern Rite priests who are permitted by their rights to be married men are, by the way, you have to be married when you're ordained, not the other way around.
Mhm.
Once you receive ordination, a priest cannot become married. But Pope Francis has turned that over because there were some bishops here in the United States thought it would be scandalous and confusing, and it's like, that's not a very good reason.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely a consideration, but it's not a good reason to not allow it.
Exactly.
But this is from Y Priest, WHYPRIESTY priest.com.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put the question mark in there. And I'm kind of rushing us along a little bit because, believe it or not, it is
It's
time.
time.
The picks of the week. And let's see, who wants to volunteer to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, Father Kyle Sanders is the one that actually told me about this, and it's really cool. So, for those of you that don't follow me on Twitter or anything like that, or just don't know me in real life, I love technology. However, I also really love to write down all of my to-do lists and just things like that. So I use field notes, or I also have a couple of moleskins that I use. So I'm really big on writing things down instead of using electronic to-do lists. My mom thinks I'm crazy, because when I go to the store, I actually have everything written down, because everything else in my life is so electronic. But there's just something about it, like my to-do list, writing it down, scratching it off. It just helps my brain keep everything better organized in priorities. So he told me this week about this it's not really new, about this website called Bullet Journal. And so it's a way to take notes and do to-do lists and kind of organize any of your notes in a very specific way. Now, I'm not going to do all of it, but it does have some really nice tips in here. And so it's bulletjournal.com, and can help you just organize all of your analog notes. So the tagline for the website is something like analog in a digital world, which I thought was kind of funny. It's like an analog note-taking system for the digital age. And it's kind of like in class. I never took my computer to class in college, though at that time it was not really a thing. I mean, laptops were starting to become affordable, but still a lot of people had, and laptops were still huge and heavy. I mean, if you had one, they were really thick, and so carrying it around was not a thing. But so in class, in school, I always grew up taking notes by hand. And even now, when I go to meetings or conferences, things for work, I write everything down. Things don't stick in my brain as well when I type it as when I write it out. So I guess that's kind of where that's from. So Bullet Journal, just really cool if you're like me and like to keep to-do lists on paper and notebooks and things. Just a way for you to sort through notes, do a calendar, just lots of different tips and tricks in here.
I'll have to check that out. I'm kind of the
Excellent.
same way. I like to write things down.
Yeah, so it's just, if you don't do it 100% prescribed, obviously you don't have to, but it's just got some really good ideas in there, so.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Father Corey.
Well, since Jeff did top 10 list, if you will, I'll do another. This is a list, one thing that we are encouraged, and of course St. Paul tells us, that we should pray without ceasing. That we should always be praying. We should always be sending up prayers to God. And so my list, or my pick of the week, is called 10 really short prayers to say during the day. And these are prayers that you can memorize, things that are very simple, very quick. Some of them are longer. You got like the Come Holy Spirit prayer, which is a little bit longer. You got the Our Father, which is a little bit longer. But then you've got things that are just little short snippets. Lord, I am not worthy. Lord, I'm not worthy. You know, the Jesus prayer, Jesus, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Things like, blessed be the name of the Lord. You know, things that you can say as just a quick prayer to throw up there. One of the best, the sign of the cross. It's one of the best prayers that we can pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. You know, just simple prayers like that that you can say throughout your day to just keep yourself always praying.
It's
Great.
cool.
Great idea. Great tips. Thank you, Father. Did I take your pick of the week with the top 10 things?
You did, but that's all right.
I'm sorry. I should have looked at that. I didn't look at the doc to see who had picked
No,
what.
I never put it in there, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't feel so good. Mine, and I've probably talked about this before, but it's been a while, and I travel a lot. I'm an airline pilot, and it's an app, and I think it's on iOS and Android, called Mass Times.
Oh yeah.
And it's so handy to have, and apparently they must have been updating it since I last used it. Now, when you put in, like it says nearby churches, and it uses your GPS to figure out where you are, and then it shows you the distance from where you are or where it thinks you are. And the cool thing that I never noticed before is that if they have a green set of hands praying, that means that they have an upcoming Mass. And if they have a red set of hands, that means that they've all, the last Mass has already happened for that day. So it really helps you to kind of locate if you're from out of town and you want to see who has yet had their last Mass and how far they are. They have a map view. They have all kinds of great features on this, and it's free. Now they do have an option of you turning off the advertising in it for I'm not sure how much. I'm going to do that, I think. And just to help support them. And again, it's called Mass Times, and you can find it on your favorite application store. All right, Father Corey, fathercorey.org.
Yep, frcorey.org. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and so on at frcorey-stica, last name spelled Sticha.
Awesome. Thanks again for being here with us.
Oh, yeah.
As one of the hosts for Catholic Weekend for hanging out late in the day. Sarah, thank you for showing up today.
Hey, it's my pleasure. No, so you can find me at catholicdrinky.com, also on Twitter at catholicdrinky, but I'm blogging every day now, so come, join, read. Good stuff, I hope.
It's been a while since I've looked at your site, so I'm
well, you're missing out on some pretty good stuff the last couple weeks. I started a fight and everything. It's been great.
Oh, well, and talk about why we need cocktail parties again?
Yeah, that one's been doing really well.
Well, the music's about to stop, so I better tell you that I'm the Airline Pilot Guy, and you can find me at airlinepilotguy.com, on Twitter, Facebook, all Airline Pilot Guy. So, as I mentioned, head over to sqpn.com, look at the ways you can help support us, and also if you're interested in coming to the party, and it's going to be the best party of the year, if you're Catholic, you need to be there. It's the CNMC in Atlanta on June 7th, 2015. Be there or be square. Hope you have a great Catholic weekend. Take care. God bless.
SQPN, leading the way in Catholic new media.
It's a wrap.
Yay!
Hooray.
Yay.
So is there anybody left in the chat room? Oh.
Who cares? We're here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
I care. Let's see. Is there anybody left there?
Says there's 6 viewers.
Wow.
Cool.
And the chat room, there are 7.
Oh. Yep, there's people there.
Oops. That was
Father Darrell must not have to rush off to Mass yet. Oh. No, I think he's still pretty early, too.
3 o'clock there.
Yeah.
How do I find out? They changed the interface. Maybe they've done it.
The bottom right is where there's a number on the bottom right. That's the.
Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, I have something that I never use that puts another icon there. Feedly.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so every time I try to hit the number, it thinks I want to look at the Feedly mini toolkit.
Yeah. Well,
Oh. Okay, I have to go. My brother asked me to go to he's throwing a party tonight, and he wants me to come help him real quick. So
Please go. Thanks for
Bye.
again.
Have fun.
so if I have to stop the broadcast. So sorry, guys.
Oh, that's right. You got to go. You're going to stop everything. Well, we all
Well,
have.
I know you guys. It'll keep you on, but I do have to stop the broadcast. So sorry.
Oh yeah, stop the live broadcast. So bye to everyone in the chat room, Father Darrell and everyone.
Yes, and Mike, if you're